All you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode.
Stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke,
Yeah,
Rilla
hey,
mode.
well, we can hold the peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Rilla gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sacred Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest in. I'm tired of niggas, they front they blessings. They want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode.
I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode.
Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empires fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony ivory, nobody knows. Business vasectomy, nothing can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than truth. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode.
I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. You really.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I say white to remind people that white supremacy is everywhere.
Oh, God, what a cunt.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole, Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 25, Hundo and Trois of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 flexing on all you be.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam-wise, what is going on? Drop in the comments down below. What did you smash today? Welcome to 2503. Welcome to the Daily Swole. Hit the like button for all of you that are watching on the YouTubes. And of course, check the links in the show notes below to join the fam, swolenormousx.com. We had some awesome new releases yesterday in the accountability meeting. We'll go over them in just a second when we get into that tip. And we have an awesome Swole card to give away. We have an awesome Swole card. You're going to love it. So drop some biceps and grills in the comments down below. What'd you smash today? Welcome, Grizzly, Cerny, Chris, Nick, Matthew. How we doing? Loretta, Frank, everyone is here. Let's kick it off. Let's get today's party started. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the fucking man cast. I'll come. You know it. You love it. You love to know it. Hashtag execute more for a chance to win today's Swole card. Love some execute more. That's a great card to always look at because no matter what you need to do today, you could always do it a little bit better. And you just need to focus on the basics. You need to execute the basics more. So if you're getting confused about where to start, you're kind of hitting one of those plateaus. A lot of times it's just a psychological plateau and you're getting up in your own head. You need to unplug from that and focus on the things that you can control, like the 7 pillars, and go back to the basics and execute those more. So let's get into today's Sleazecast. Ooh, double Inception, Papa. All right, hashtag execute more for a chance to win today's Swole card. Now let's get into that tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, we got a couple announcements. Yesterday, we had our Swole Fam accountability meeting that's available inside Swole TV. If you missed it, live call every single Monday at 12 noon. So if you're missing out on the Monday live streams, that's because you're not a member. Go and check it out. It's available now inside Swole TV. We had great new releases. Let's talk about a couple things first. We had a brand new yoga class released from Rachel. Yin for total body number 9. Round of applause. How many of you have tried... Well, first off, how many of you have done yin yoga before? If you've never done yin yoga, you need to do yin yoga. And if you don't know where to do it, you can do it inside the Swolenormous X yoga studio. We have coming up on 300 classes, and we drop a new one every single week. So yin for total body number 9. So that's good news. If you enjoyed this yin class, you have 8 other ones, 8 other total body. We have many yin classes, but yin is a gravity passive class. And if you've been a member and you haven't tried yin, you are fucking wasting your time. You are wasting your time if you have not done yin. And I say that with all due respect. You need to do it today. If you've been a member for a while and you have not done a yin class, you have to. You have to. And it's an inside joke, but Cerny finally has done a yin yoga class. And that's a great skill to learn because you could do yin. You could pop into 5 or 10 minutes of yin now and again. It's just long holds, allowing gravity to release the fascial connective tissue. It's very, very restorative and it's very relaxing. So definitely a huge, huge win to add to your programming is yin yoga. All right, so get on that. Not only that, we have 2 new designs. We have a new play. We're releasing these in the Veal Puto Gimnasio, the GTTFG, the VAPG. We have a brand new color, Ice Blue. Looks like crystal meth, a little Swole Ice Blue. So use code DailySwole for 10% off. We have the blue, go to the fucking gym. So we have the toxic green, we have the blue, and of course we have the red and yellow fire classic. So if you are looking to add some merch to your repertoire, make sure you check out papasolio.com. Use code DailySwole for 10% off. Brand new, go to the fucking gym designs. And the world famous, the super, I'm going to zoom in because we need bigger pictures here, but we got the Swole Deanna Jones and the last rep. One of my favorite designs. I love it. Might be my new favorite design. I have so many favorites. Swole Deanna Jones, brand new to the Swole Deanna Jones series. We're going to have a bunch of these, so make sure you keep your eyes out for that. But brand new Swole Deanna Jones and the last rep. One of the greatest movies never made. But get yours today over there at papasolio.com. It goes well with your Swole. It goes well with your back to the fucking gym. Go and check you out some. God, new merch all the time, new stuff, fire, absolutely fucking epic shit. All right, first Swole fan post of the day. Here we go, beaches. And then we'll take some questions, so you can start dropping them soon when we get into the Knowledge Cock, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio, but we'll get into these Swole fan posts from inside the Swole fam. Eden writes, good morning, everyone. My name is Eden. I'm 28 years old, and I'm currently serving in New York as a Marine. My wife and I are expecting a baby here in a couple days, and I know the, quote, dad bod is around the corner. Come on. Among many challenges in life, I want to join this community and go through this challenge together. Well, the dad bod is nonsense. The dad bod is an excuse. That's just something that people say in order to excuse having no discipline or not taking care of your health. Seriously, it's just an excuse. I'm not saying it's easy when you have a child. I can only imagine. I know we have 3 dogs and I have a busy schedule in many respects. And even when I was working 17 and a half hours a day, I still ate right. I still trained. I did the best that I possibly could. And we all know that a lot of people just use it as an excuse because, I have a child, so I have a dad bod. Well, it's just because I'm a dad and I'm working hard and I have to focus on this and, I don't have time for that. It's bullshit. We have people that have 5, 6 kids and they still go to the fucking gym and they still take care of their stuff. So do not settle for average. Don't make excuses. And it's time to fucking get it done. So welcome, Eden. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, here we go. We got another post here from Felix and anyone else that has children that still fucking crushes it. You could drop your thoughts in the comments, but dad bod is body positivity and fat positivity for men. Dad bod is that same kind of nonsense. All right, Felix, good morning from Lower Austria. Lower Austria, Austria. Is that a real place? It's called Lower Austria. Good morning from Lower Austria, Austria. Yow. 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 My name is Felix. I am 30 years old, and the last year has been a physical challenge for me, to say the least. I work as a police officer and switched my field of profession to our equivalent of the U.S. DEA. That's Drug Enforcement Agency for anyone that doesn't know. My daughter was born, and shortly after I suffered a severe knee injury in MMA practice. Overall, that meant way less sleep, more physical demands at work, and a big lack of training. I decided that I want to stop being a huge pussy, get my shit together, and start a new path to a healthier, happier, and more swole life. With meal prepping for work and my small home gym in the garage, I laid the foundation, but I feel that the Swole fam will be a big motivation for me to consistently lay bricks onto that foundation. Keep killing it. Everybody, welcome. Welcome, welcome, Yow. Welcome. Yow. Lower Austria, Austria. Is that literally? That's a place? Lower Austria? Nice. Very cool. A little redundant there. Lower Austria, Austria. But I guess New York City, New York is pretty redundant too. Welcome to the fam. Super awesome. Glad to have you here. We got some deep Swole fam posts. Awesome shit. All right, we got another one here. This one's from The Forest Jin. DJINN. Hello, everyone. My name is Coda. All right, well, The Forest Jin. All right, my name is Coda. Hello, everyone. I've never really been a part of a community like this before, and I like what I see going on. Growing up, I used to be glued to my screens a lot since I was kept in most of the time, be it TV or video games, anime, etc. I was a pretty chunky kid for a good mess of my life. Problem with depression, big time, even after trying many things and starting to feel self-conscious. After I had cancer, I went out and got a new PCP who was both holistic and modern, and she sent me to a nutritionist. After I asked all the questions and said what I wanted, I started at 280 pounds and now down to 160. Wow, 120 pounds lost. I've been trying to keep up with taking care of myself and practicing mindfulness and loving myself more. I tend to be caught up in my introverted shell. Sometimes it's still a struggle, but I am doing it for me. I am still a newbie when it comes to gym stuff, but I try and go 2 to 3 times a week and rotate my push and pull days. Otherwise, I do a lot of walking and do the Uber Eats and do TCG sales. I still feel like I'm not where I want to be, and that has to do with me. But I'm not where I was, so I'm happy to keep this journey with myself. I'm very glad to have discovered there was a community beyond the Instagram I followed. I'm excited to learn what I could be doing instead and trying to put it in motion. Well, that's fucking what's up. That's what's up. Not resting on your laurels, making big changes, having great success, but looking for more and knowing that you could do better for yourself. And we're all still newbies. It's that white belt mentality. If you're in martial arts, you've heard that term before. The more you learn, the more you know, the more you realize that, oh, I don't really know that much relative to everything else out there. But it's important to have competence. It's important to build confidence. And that's what fitness does. That's what weightlifting and training does. It builds confidence in all areas of your life. And having success in the gym and having great workouts, pushing through those sets to failure, doing things and doing reps and doing a weight that you never thought you could before, seeing your strength improve, seeing your muscles get bigger, watching your skill objectively improve. You're grabbing 25 pounds when you used to grab 15 pounds, and noticing those improvements lead you to understanding that when you put your head down, put your work in, and don't take no for an answer and don't make bullshit excuses, and you're building discipline and you're pushing yourself, you can make that kind of progress in other areas of your life too. So it's not just building muscle. You could build any kind of relationship, business, anything you want to do if you put the same type of effort into it. So training and fitness and pushing yourself and getting outside your comfort zone overlaps into so many other areas of your life. We got a post here from Jenny from the Facebook group. I'm sitting here listening to some Swolosophy. Specifically the aggressive patients in the consistency category. And if you haven't checked out the Swolenormous X Swolosophy section, make sure you go and do so. That's included with your memberships. Papa is talking about how he has remapped his fitness and also his outlook on fitness throughout the years. It made me realize that I am actually doing that right now with following the 7 pillars, doing the elimination diet and the 90-day dash. My view of how I'm supposed to take care of myself has been changing slowly throughout the last few weeks, and I'm seeing now how this fitness journey can be so much better when you have the right tools to make it. I used to think yoga was a waste of time, even though I loved doing it, that if I really wanted results, I needed to hit cardio every day. The fact that I do yoga now several times a week is making my heart sing. Loving this change in mindset and thought I'd share. Keep crushing it, fam. That's what's up. I think there's a huge shift in people realizing that the absolutely obsessive cardio is not necessary. It's not required to get results. Cardiovascular training is fine. It's beneficial, but using it as a seasoning rather than the foundation of your training is a much better idea. And with your limited time and your limited energy and making the most out of the time and energy you put into your training should focus around mobility, should focus around lifting weights. And you can go for walks with your dog. You can go for bike rides. You could do cardiovascular activity. If you really enjoy it, you can add it in addition. But I truly think if you want the results that most people want, you should be lifting fucking weights and not being a cardio bunny. You know, that old chestnut. Which light is that? Oh, that's that one. Gotcha. All right. So chill with the cardio, son. Now, cardio is fine. Cardiovascular capacity and, building those skills is fine, but overdoing it is when it gets a little bit ridiculous. And for so many years, people were just overdoing the cardio. How much cardio should I be doing? I want to lose weight. I want to have abs. And they think that just fucking running around is going to get you abs. It's going to get you skinny and flat, and you're going to be skinny fat. How many people do long distance running, or you see them and they're skinny fat? They don't have any muscle tone. They're just skinny and flabby. Skinny fat with runners is super common. Okay, Rihanna, sup fam. Tiny little me took a sneaky Facebook break and I feel so much better. I sneak on here to share a little visual update, not on me, but on my workspace. I needed a fresh toss-up on what my office needed to look like since I've been in a mental rut. And what does anyone do when they have Swole merch? Sprinkle it into my office. This is to remind me about that last pillar, consistency. I, like many, struggle with consistency. I go bonkers, then get burnt out. Bad loop, right? Well, that's where the Swole fam comes in. I'm so glad that I decided to come back around on the greatest fam in the realm and listened in live today. Let's fucking go. Welcome back. And she shared a little texting from Swole Text. And she was saying, finally, I'm glad I made it back on a live stream. And I was like, yeah, glad to have you in the live, Rihanna. About fucking time. About fucking time we get Rihanna back. And of course, you got the 7 Pillars flag. And if you don't have a 7 Pillars flag, you want to put those pillars up in your office or your gym. Again, that's all over there on papaswolio.com. We have a bunch of flags, so you can check that out too. And I love my 7 Pillars flag. I have it right behind my squat rack. I need to rearrange. I need to put these flags up. The plan is when we get the fence up around the entire yard, I'm going to hang up a bunch of different flags on the inside of the fence all around the yard. So that's going to be fucking cool. So I'm really eager for that because I want to have because I have so many flags, but I don't have any places for the flags. I don't have enough places for the flags. So I'm going to put them kind of like banners at like a baseball stadium. It's going to have flags on the inside intermittently around. Going to have the I want you to be swole, go to the fucking gym. Going to have 7 Pillars flags. We're just going to have them all over the yard. So it's going to be super sweet. I'm excited for that. All right, let's get into fam. If you want to join all those amazing people, myself inside the Swole fam, check us out. Link at the bottom of the screen in the show notes, swolenormousx.com. Let's get into some fucking questions. It's time for some talk, baby. All right, remember, if you want to call into the show, go to askpapaswolio.com. So some of you maybe want to ask a question, but you're listening to the podcast. Maybe you're working overnights, 2 a.m. You're like, oh man, I wish I could be there for a live, or you submitted a question on Instagram. We haven't gotten it for a while. You DM'd me on TikTok, which I never read any of them. So it's hard to get in contact. You can bust right through and go to askpapaswolio.com. Ask a question anytime. You can wake up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat. I need to ask Papa Swolio about intermittent fasting. Please don't. Please don't. But you can call in with a better question, right? Askpapaswolio.com. You can submit a question. We'll get to an upcoming episode. Even if you call in and we don't get to it immediately, sometimes we get a lot of questions. We can only get through so many. And or sometimes we have a private episode or something like that the next day, but we'll get to it in an upcoming episode. All right. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio if you have a question. Let's take the first one. Let's take the first one. This one says, oh, I can't wait for this. Can't wait for this. It says GTTFG. Great.
Go to the fucking gym.
Okay. Great.
Dodson, we've got Dodson here.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller, for that riveting impression of being a huge beach. All right. You sound like a huge beach. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. See, very, very useful. Very useful. I did go to the fucking gym. My legs, not a good idea to do the show after I crush legs. I'm going to get up so fucking stiff. That reminds me, I need to drink some water. I did a couple hours of legs. I am going to feel that shit tomorrow. I'm already sore. You know when you do a workout and you're sore the same day? Like, I'm already sore and I'm kind of cramping if I squeeze. Yeah, it's not going to be good. Being sore the same day is not a good sign. Or actually, but when I say it's not a good sign, it really is a great sign. I love it. I'm like, oh man, I fucking crushed it. Oof, but it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. StoneFit methylene blue. Have you heard of it? I have no idea what you're talking about. Tried it. Thoughts on it? Tried methylene blue. No idea what that is. Is that what horseshoe crabs or something excrete? No. Don't they get like blue dye or something from horseshoe crabs or something? I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Anyway, let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Let's take another question. Take another call. If you want to fill me in, I'll take it. Stephen V, you're on the sleeves.
Papa, I would like to know how you learn Spanish. I'm going to sleep, by the way.
How do I learn Spanish? I'm not fluent. I took Spanish all throughout middle school, high school, college, lived in Florida. I've been living in Florida and lived in Miami for years and years. So I'm very familiar with how to speak it. I'm not fluent completely. I just need to brush up on it if I want to, but I just don't care enough to get fluent anymore. I could watch Spanish TV and get a. I just don't want. I don't find any need to be fluent in it. But I could communicate and I can understand it pretty well. I was pretty fluent at one point. But you have to submerge yourself and really practice. It's like anything else. It's a skill. You have to practice it. And when I was ensconced in it, when I was just surrounded by it, because I used to work in Doral, which is pretty much South America. Doral is South America for Miami. It's really South America. It's like, I think, Colombian and Venezuelan for the most part. So there's different areas of Florida. And then you have a lot of Cuban in certain areas. So there's different types of Spanish and different dialects. So it's like that when you go to South America and you go to different countries, in different areas of different countries, different words, different phrases, different pronunciations. Like Argentina is going to be different than Colombia. And then you have rivalries between different countries. But you have all this in different areas in Miami. You have different areas where there's predominantly certain types. Stonefit, it's an antioxidant, supports brain and mitochondrial health, supposed to be a great replacement for coffee. Never heard of it. I mean, I will, if I'm just gonna drink coffee, I'll be fine. And if you want mitochondrial health, get some sun, go in the sauna and stuff like that. You can do red light therapy and stuff like that. Methylene blue. Sounds like something from Breaking Bad. Mackenzie, Papa, have you seen the stitches of people cutting from you spitting your drink and saying, go to the fucking gym to them? Just having water thrown at all of them and sulking off to go to the gym. Yeah, I've seen a lot of them. Yeah, since those videos started going viral back in like September or August. Yeah, there's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of people emulating it, and it's cool. It's cool. It's pretty meta. It's pretty out of body to, there's always these trends or these songs that go viral or certain styles of video, memes that go viral, and to create a trend of people spitting and stuff like that and having celebrities and people do it. It's pretty fucking funny. Let's see. Vlada Whale. That's a cool name. Papa Swole, is raw salted salmon a good source of protein? What do you think of getting most protein from seafood if I don't have access to good beef? Thanks, Papa. I just think it depends on the quality, no matter what it is. Quality of beef matters. Quality of chicken matters. Quality of fish matters. I just think fish are at much higher risk for either having higher contents of mercury or because of pollution and because of the oceans and microplastics and petroleum and things of that sort. So if you're getting high quality, fresh caught, fresh is always the best when it comes to salmon, but wild caught salmon, I guess, again, it depends on where you're getting it from, and you all might have your own opinions on that. So salmon's a great source of protein for sure. And I personally would probably lean more towards seafood for my protein rather than going for something like chicken if it was like a choice. But wild game, grass-fed beef, buffalo, bison, that kind of stuff, seafood, you can definitely you want to stay away from things like farmed salmon that are colored and, fed certain things in order to color them so they look more orange, or they're fed corn and soy. It's the same thing with concentrated feedlots when it comes to beef. I do like salmon. I do like it. I don't eat it regularly, but I've said this if we ever go out to eat, I'm not going to go out and get steak. So if we go out to get food, it's going to be sushi, or it's going to be going to get oysters and crab legs or something like that. Something I'm not going to cook at home. But I do like it when Mama Solio, she'll get a craving. She'll be like, I want fish. I want salmon. So then she'll go and she'll get wild caught salmon, and then she'll cook it. And it's delicious. She's an amazing cook. I'm not going to cook it. I'm not going to go and get fish. I'll just eat it if she makes it. I'm fine with it. But if I have fish, if she makes me fish, I need to have steak with it, because otherwise I'm just not going to feel satisfied. I didn't get my food. So we could eat salmon, and whenever we get sushi, I'll usually cut if we know we're going to get sushi the next day, or we're going to get takeout sushi or something like that from a good place that we know nearby. I'll get sashimi, and then I'll cook a steak the day before, so we have cold steak, and then she'll slice it thin. So I just eat the steak. If I don't eat the steak, I just feel like I haven't eaten. Sushi will be like an appetizer. The sashimi will be an appetizer. If I don't have steak, I'm fasting. You know, chicken's a vegetable. Bacon's a vegetable. All right, Stone, Papa Swole, Ben Greenfield talks about it a lot on his podcast. Are you still on this blue meth stuff? Heat and cold exposure, sunlight, red light therapy, and methylene blue were talked about specifically. All right, I'm on board with the rest of it. I do all that stuff, but I haven't got into blue meth. I'm just trolling it now. Frank, Papa Swole, how much beef heart can you eat in a week? I cooked a whole one and no one else in my family will try it. I'm eating it for lunch every day at work this week. How big was the heart? You cooked a whole one. Was that a pound? I mean, it depends on how you got it, because sometimes if you order from a company, they'll have like a pound of heart or 2 pounds. If you eat it for the week, just don't eat it for a while. I don't think I've never heard of anything like overdosing a short period of time. But things like liver, you can have it more in one sitting and then less frequently, or you can have it in smaller doses more frequently. So when it comes to raw liver, I'll have 1 to 2 ounces, but I'll try to have it more frequently. I prefer having less more frequently. But if you sat down, you had 8 ounces of liver, you don't need it for a couple days. You just don't need 8 ounces of liver every day. That's a lot. So in terms of a week, I don't know, 8 to 16 ounces of liver a week, but it's not like you're going to eat a bunch of heart 1 week and then, oh my God, you're going to get sick. Just back off it for a little bit, or spread it out, or take a day off or something like that. Yeah, it's always good to do less, but this is a good test. I don't know how much you're eating every single day. So if you can give a little bit more detail, but in terms of how much is good to eat every week versus how much can you eat is a big difference. So even if you have a pound of liver or 2 pounds of liver over the course of a week, it's not like you're going to have all these problems if you're having quality food. You just don't need that much. You just don't need that much past a certain point. So you can have 4 or 5 ounces of liver on Monday. You just don't need to eat any liver for a couple days, and you can have 4 or 5 ounces again. So it's really accumulation, because a lot of these vitamins and minerals are fat soluble, so they can build up in your system, and it's so nutrient dense and so bioavailable that you just don't need. You don't need a lot of extra. Your body's not going to clear it out, and certain things can build up toxicity over time. Phoenix, I eat over 10 ounces of beef heart for weeks. No adverse effects here. 10 ounces of beef heart a day for weeks. Oof, that's a lot. It's a very unique flavor. If you cook it well, it's really good. Yeah, I'm not saying you will overdose. I think it just really comes down to how much do you need? How much is most effective? So maybe after a few ounces a day, it's just you're having extra. You don't need that. You get my point? So I don't think you'll have any problems. It just might be more than you need in terms of the benefits. You don't have to have as much. Billy, what about vitamin A toxicity from eating too much liver? That's such an extreme amount. From all my research and experience, the vitamin A toxicity is such a high level that it's just really fear-mongering for the most part. It's a lot of liver consistently over a longer period of time. I've never heard of anyone getting it from eating too much liver. I think part of this is because if you're getting the absorbable form of vitamin A from supplements, you can easily overdose because you're just getting such concentrated forms. With liver, you're eating bulk. You're eating real food that has a lot of other vitamins and minerals in it, and you'll get satisfied. You're not necessarily going to overeat the same way that you'll supplement too much. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I've never heard or seen anyone from having vitamin A toxicity. If you're exercising, you're training hard, and you're eating a nice breadth of food, you're not just eating tons of liver all the time. I mean, just think about how much liver you would have to eat consistently over a long period of time. Are you eating a pound of liver a day for weeks and weeks and months? Like, yeah, maybe. But who the fuck is doing that? Just saying. I just don't. I've never seen it. I've heard it said so many times, but I've never seen it occur or heard about it. So I think it's more exaggerated. Kind of like, oh my God, if you eat raw eggs, you're going to get salmonella. I've been eating raw eggs for 20 fucking years. I've never had an issue. I've always opted for organic, but I even gotten organic store-bought eggs, not just like pasture-raised from a neighbor. I've eaten all sorts of organic raw eggs, like the brown Publix ones, organic brown eggs. I've eaten raw eggs from so many fucking places, and I've never gotten sick. I'm not saying it isn't possible, but I just never did. So people, oh my God, you raw eggs, you're going to get sick. Okay. Oh, raw liver. Oh my God, aren't you worried about? I've never had an issue. I've been eating raw liver for 15 years. Okay. Still waiting for a problem. I mean, I'm not waiting. I don't want a problem. And also, once you build, when you eat quality food sources and your gut biome adapts to these things, you're not going to be as sensitive. You know, I mean, some people, if you go from not eating any kind of organs to eating a lot of liver, you might get liver shits, right? You might get liver shits. Anyone here? Anyone here in the audience? Anyone here ever get liver shits? Someone? No? No one? No liver shits, anyone? No? Just thought I'd ask. Shot in the dark. All right. Let's take a call from Steven. Steven is my name. I'm the most wanted man on my island. But I'm not on my island, of course. More's the pity.
How many days a week do you go to the gym? Big boy.
Right. If you're going to call in, don't cough into the camera. How many days a week do you go to the gym, big boy? I train every day. I don't always go heavy every day, but I'm training every day. God, fam. Jesus Christ. All right, one more call. Come on, Marty. Marty. This is from Marty. Come on, Marty. Give us one.
Great Scott!
Let's go, Marty.
Hey, so my name's Marty. Quick question for you. With my job, I rotate regularly between day shift and night shift every 2 months. With that being said, nutrition's not that difficult during my day shift rotation. But during my night shift rotation, between working 12 hours and then also having to come in on inconsistent hours on some of my days off, that gets a little harder to manage with cravings and like just random hunger pangs at times of the day where I'm not normally awake. Do you have any advice for how to deal with that?
So random schedule. Yeah, you need a new job. You need a consistent schedule. You're never going to have your body is going to adapt to consistency. If you don't have consistency, you're going to be fucking all over the place. Your hormones are all out of whack. Your satiety mechanisms, your sleep, your circadian rhythm, it's all fucked up. So either you're consistent regardless of when you work. If you're working nights and you eat during the day, then you just fast. You could do that. I would say if it's random shit like that, it's negatively affecting your health. I don't know if you know this, Marty, William, whatever you want to call it, but it's taking years off your life. If you're not sleeping at night, if you're working third shift, I know people need to do it and I get it. It's better pay or sometimes it's whatever's available. You got to do what you got to do, but I would recommend getting on a real human schedule as soon as possible. It's not good for your health. And you're seeing the side effects of that. You're not consistent. Your body doesn't know what the fuck is going on. There's really nothing I can tell you or any tips aside from, because I've never done nights. I've stayed up all night working, editing content and doing stuff, but I've never done a job. I'm trying to think. I've never done a job where I worked throughout the night. Not a paid job. School work all night long, and I've stayed up and used to be a night owl, which is really an excuse for not having good time management, drinking caffeine too late in the day, and just getting used to it. So no one's really a night person. It's really just your habits and stuff like that. I mean, yes, some people do better later on in the day, but you get my point. Most people just need to get better time management and go to sleep earlier and, shut down. But, so anyone else's thoughts, but I would say the only option is, okay, if you're normally eating during the day and you're working at night, then you're fasting. Then just fast. Don't eat. I know that's not going to be glamorous, but you could be consistent. You're only eating during daylight hours. And if you happen to be working at night and you're sleeping during the day and you're not eating, then just don't eat fast. But of course, if you're trying to bulk and put on muscle, then there's another challenge. But your body's fucked up. Your body's fucked up. It wants to be awake during daylight hours and it wants to be asleep at night. So my suggestion, that's my suggestion. And I wish I could give you something better, but it's kind of like, okay, hey, Papa Swole, how do I get a real sharp, clear image on my phone when I'm taking a picture in the middle of the night? It's like, you need good lighting. You need good lighting. There's a reason why people take photographs at the golden hour. They do sunrise, they do sunset, really sunset. And that's the perfect time for photographs because the light is golden and it's not too bright. You don't want to do photos at 12 noon because it's too bright. You have to, it's a hot mess. So in other words, you can't fix something that has a bad foundation. So no matter how much editing you do, if you take a picture in pitch black, you can only sharpen it and lighten it so much. It's just the way it was done. The control was just shitty. So you're trying to put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, a bullet wound, essentially. You know, you're just looking for something to try to make it better, but you're not going to stop the leak. The problem is the schedule. All right. Thanks for calling. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Okay. We got maybe time for one more. Let's do one or two from Instagram. We haven't done Instagram for a while, but we'll take one or two questions and we'll move on. This one's from Harium61. Is 1 hour enough workout time? ! Swolio. Sure. Depends on what you're doing. I mean, I work out for longer than an hour in many cases. Some depends on the body part, depends on, sometimes I'll do 2 shorter workouts and I'll split up different things. Today I did a longer leg workout and I did it for like 2 hours or so, but I do longer rest periods. So if I'm doing a leg day, that's total leg day like I did today with longer rest periods, because I did squats and I don't do 2 minutes or a minute rest between sets of squats. I do 5-10 minutes sometimes. So it takes a lot longer and I'm recovering, but then I get a greater strength output and I do more acute damage to the muscles that's going to incur more strength adaptation. So it really depends on your schedule, how much time you're giving to your workouts per week, what your frequency and everything else is and your goals, and what your split is, that kind of stuff. Hagan the Goat, what would you do if I didn't go to the fucking gym? If you didn't? Is that a typo? What would you do if I didn't go to the fucking gym? Most people don't go to the fucking gym. So what do? I do mine. What would you do if I didn't go to the fucking gym? I would not give a shit. As much as you think I care whether or not you go to the fucking gym, I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. I want you to go, but I'm certainly not going to lose sleep over it or not do anything else, because for every person that doesn't want to go to the fucking gym, there's someone else that will. So I'll keep yelling at the other person that will do as they're fucking told. Do as you're told, Hagen. Jesus Christ, these fucking Instagram questions. I was going to skip it, but man, I can't. Laura Rio, coming from Laura. Do you prefer leg day or a testicle pain? Jesus fucking Christ.
Inconceivable!
What kind of a question is that? It's not even properly Englished. All right. Kudos to you for asking a question like this when English isn't your primary language. Leg day. I prefer leg day. I love leg day. Leg day is awesome. Leg day is the best day. I don't want testicle pain. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my God. The Bacon Mamba. Let's go through some of these Instagram questions. We haven't tapped into this garbage for a while. The Bacon Mamba. Should you rest on the 7th if you already lifted 6 days straight? Well, yes and no. I mean, I don't think anyone should have rest days. No one is human enough to take a rest day. Just do mobility, do yoga. You don't need to lift 6 days in a row. I don't lift 6 days in a row. I might do some club work, if you call that lifting. I don't do focused bodybuilding strength type training every fucking day. You shouldn't. You need active recovery. Do yoga. Don't take days off. Go for a walk. Be active recovery. Train every day. Doesn't mean you lift heavy every day. Mr. Christmas 77, favorite steak? Ribeye. Let's fucking go.
Yow. Yow.
It's like rapid fire questions. Matthias Clavel, Papa Swole, should I stop lifting or working out upper body if I'm dealing with back and neck knots? You better not mention that again. You should solve the issues. People that avoid squats because they have knee pain, it's the same concept. Stop avoiding the pain and just like, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to stop working out my upper body because I have back knots, whatever the fuck that means. Everyone just says things in terms that tries to relate to, it doesn't necessarily mean what is actually happening. So you need to practice yoga, do mobility, foam rolling massage, any kind of like mobility type training to loosen that up. Don't avoid the issue. All right. When it comes to squats, when it comes to back or neck, oh, my knees hurt when I do a squat. Understand that a squat is the most fundamental human movement. It's what you do when you're a baby before you even stand up. You do an overhead squat. Babies stand up, they get, get in on their knees and they drop down and they stand up. They don't stand up with their arms down. They stand up with their arms up. It's an overhead squat. So a baby squats before it stands. So it's a fundamental movement. You shouldn't have knee pain. So you should be addressing the knee pain. If you have knee pain when you're doing squats, you need to aggressively practice knee mobility and ankle mobility and hip mobility. That way you're not crippled when you get older. The dude's a balloon knot. Get it? Because butthole? Yeah. Get it? All right. You know what? Let's move on before we get to a question that I'm surprised that was actually somewhat decent. I'm impressed.
That's deep.
I'm not even mad right now. I'm impressed. Very nice.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
All right, let's get into some balls deep content. Let's get into some things that are bound to offend someone. I'm all in favor. Oh my God. This guy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. What time is it where all of you are watching? What time zones are you in? Is anyone about to eat food? Anyone about to eat food? Just warning. For those of you that might be new to the show, this is where we kind of scrape the barnacles off the internet. So imagine the internet as a big boat. Or this is like the Titanic, right? We're clearing out the icebergs. So imagine the internet as a big boat. And if you ever done boating or you've seen boats at the dock, when boats sit there for a while, it's part of your dock dues. And you have people that go down and scrape the barnacles off because you'll have creatures that attach to it and stuff like that. You ever look at a dock and you see the wood post that goes into the water? There's always barnacles and crabs and shit on it. Just, life will, spread. So this is where we do the internet a favor. We're cleaning the internet. So this is our janitorial service. We're going balls deep. The balls are slapping. Everyone's having a great time. And we're just going to see what's out there. And it's kind of like lifting a rock. If you have, I'm just using analogies for days. If you have a walkway and you have those little slates, right? Those wood stones, and you turn over a stone and you see all these little things scurry, like, oh, what the fuck? Those little clear translucent bugs that have never seen light ever. Yeah, this is what we do. This is what happens when you turn over the rock of the internet rock. Food free, just finished lunch. That's a tough one. If you just finished lunch, you might be able to keep it down. But if you're about to eat, if you've been following the show for a while, if you've been listening to the show or following the show for a while, there's probably nothing that could come up that's worse than what you've already seen. However, today might take the cake. So just keep in mind, make sure you're always on an empty stomach when you come to the Daily Swole. All right, let's do a story first. This one just kind of popped up and I thought this was interesting.
What's in the box?
America's junk food crisis laid bare. Ooh, staggering. Not really. Well, not surprisingly. 60% of food consumed in the U.S. contains additives, a new record, with frozen entrees, pizzas, and sodas the worst offenders. So this is no surprise. I honestly think it's more than 60. It also depends on how you are determining an additive. So most things have additives and things that people will think is healthy. There's a lot of foods that people think are healthy or they consider them healthy. That's why when someone says, oh, well, I eat really healthy. Well, a lot of people say they eat healthy. And then when they tell you what they eat, you're like, Jesus Christ, that's not healthy at all. Researchers from North Carolina analyzed shopping baskets of 100,000 people. Great. Preservatives, sweeteners, and coloring agents are linked to health problems, including heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Let's see. This is up from 10% from 2001, despite big public health campaigns warning against obesity and increased awareness about fitness and diets. Well, I don't think health campaigns warning against obesity is actually effective, because if you look around, it's actually body positivity and fat acceptance being promoted. So where are these big health campaigns warning against obesity? You can't warn against obesity. Really, you can't warn against obesity. Because what you're doing is, hey, don't have this outcome. You need to warn people about their fucking fundamental habits. Stop eating fast food, but you have them in every fucking corner. You should have zoning. You should start taxing the fuck out of these companies or voting to ban fast food from your towns. But people go to the next town over. People will order Uber Eats and it'll be more expensive, and these people will drive it to your house. So like, it doesn't even matter. People are going to eat garbage no matter what. I'm not saying take people's choices away, but these are adult children that don't know how to make their own food. Go to the fucking supermarket, cook food, walk around the outside of the supermarket and buy things and make your own food. Even if you're eating shitty things, you're still better off because you're not getting all these stabilizers and additives. The researchers found that frozen entrees, appetizers, pizza, and carbonated drinks were the worst offenders in terms of the volume of additives they contain. This is like saying the sky looks blue or water is wet. This is pretty fucking stupid. Oh my God, frozen entrees, appetizers, pizza, and carbonated drinks were the worst offenders? Oh my goodness. You don't say. Mountains of research in recent years have shown that processed foods raise the risk of a host of health problems, including heart disease, cancer, obesity, and diabetes. Like, all right, cool. Slow news days? Slow's news days. In other words, it's worse. It's more prevalent than it was 20 years ago, and no shock. No one here is shocked. Lady Hawk, seriously, I feel like I'll never eat clean enough unless I grow and kill my own food. Even if you buy Whole Foods at a farmer's market, there are probably some pesticides. And Spence, fast food is actually so expensive, it's cheaper to buy real food and fix it yourself, no matter what anyone thinks. I agree with you. And this is something that I've been saying for a while. If you go to McDonald's or you go and you get a meal for 4 people, you're spending 30, 40, 50 bucks. So you can take, in other words, a lot of people say, oh, I don't have enough money. Real food or whole food costs more. Does it really? Because if you're spending money at fast food, that same money will work in a supermarket. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to get grass-fed and finished ribeye. That might be out of your price range. I get it. But eating ground beef or eating just beef, even if it's grain-fed, is still a better option than going to McDonald's. So you can still buy chicken, buy beef. You can still buy eggs. Yeah, eggs are more expensive, but oh my God, eggs are $6, $9 a dozen. Okay, well, if you're going to fast food and you're spending 40 or 50 bucks, then there's 4 or 5 fucking dozen eggs. That's filling. That's satisfying. Just saying. Billy, Chipotle bowl for me costs $12, and a pound of grass-fed ground lamb costs $7. Yep. So it takes a little time. All right. You have to go to the store and buy something. Oh my God. I don't have time. And then people are going to say, I don't have time. People are going to say they don't have time to cook. They don't have time, which is bullshit. That's a fucking cope. They have time to scroll on TikTok and watch Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and Paramount Plus and whatever the fuck else people pay for. They'll be on the internet half the fucking day. They live on Twitter, but I don't have time to cook real food. Bullshit. You're a fucking liar. You're just making a bullshit excuse. And anyone that takes care of themselves knows better. All right. Horrifying. Pick a number. I don't know if I want to do that one. I don't want to see a video that's... I don't want to see this chick talk about... I'm deleting one. This is one that we haven't done for a couple days because it's too long. And it was about 95% of diets failing. And it's like, we don't need it. It's so stupid. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, or 3. We got a Biden one. We got a Biden one here. We got a Biden tranny video. We have a beauty standard video. And we have a puberty blocker video. Oof, my God. I mean, do you guys care about the order? I like to raffle them off. What do you think? Number 1, number 2, and number 3? What do we got here? Let's just raffle it off.
What's in the box?
I don't think it matters. Sometimes there's a video I want to do last, but let's just do them. What do we got here? Let's see here. Hey, let's see. The Tech Edition lost 75 pounds in the last year. Watching your go to the fucking gym vids every day. Just discovered the pod. Hell yeah. 75 pounds. Good for you. Fuck yeah. Good for you. Let's do Vlada Whale, number 2. Vlada Whale, number 2. Oof. Ooh, who does number 2 work? Yeah, everyone's like, I don't want to do any of them. Should we do none of them? Should we just stop doing these videos? Should we stop? Should we just no more? No more? We can end the show now. We could just do more Q&A. We can stop doing these videos. I don't know. Maybe you want to see this one. This one's called Biden on Trans Kids. So we got here.
What's in the box?
And no one knows what's in the box. It's whatever you feel like on that day, right? Am I right? Yeah?
Transgender kids is a really harder thing. What's going on in Florida?
I got to make it louder.
Is, as my mother would say, close to sinful. I mean, it's just terrible what they're doing.
Is it?
It's not like, a kid wakes up one morning and says, I decided I want to become a man, or I want to become a woman, or I want to change. I mean...
I'm going to pause it here. It pretty much is like that. Kids are waking up and just thinking that because they're being brainwashed. They're being groomed. It's terrible what's going on in Florida. I live in Florida. It's pretty fucking awesome. You mean we're not going to allow... We're just not going to allow people just to chop off girls' tits and boys' penises just because they, I don't know, discovered a Barbie doll? Yeah, we're not going to jump to conclusions. We're going to let people grow up and develop. And like, is that what you're against? You idiot. What a waste of space. I can't believe this. What a fucking scam. All right, here we go.
What are they thinking? They're human beings. They love, they have feelings, they have inclinations that are, I mean, it just to me is, I don't know, it's cruel. And the way we do it is we make sure we pass legislation like we passed on same-sex marriage. You mess with that, you're breaking the law, and you're going to be held accountable.
All right. I mean, the thing is, I don't think he even knows what he's saying. So, I mean, that's not the whole context, I'm sure. But, we have bigger fish to fry. I mean, as this guy continues to send all our hard-earned money to fucking Ukraine, and trans kids is... Yeah, this is the problem. The only reason this kind of prevalence of trans children, quote unquote, is going off the charts is because of the teachers. It's because of social media. It's because of this desperate desire for love and attention, for hashtagging, for parents that are leaning into these delusions. Because the sickest things that I see on the internet is when you have these mothers, right? These parents. And it's one thing if you are dealing with this in your family, but to promote it and to use hashtags like trans mom, that's the sickest stuff. Hashtag trans mom or hashtag trans child. That means you're looking for the algorithm. You're looking for views. You're tapping into this. You're using your children. You're using your children as like a ticket to get exposure. It's really fucking weird. It's weird. All right. So the last thing that anyone cares about that means anything to anyone is Biden when he opens his mouth, let alone when he's opened his mouth against whatever. Whatever. I'm just impressed he put a couple coherent words together. All right, creepy. Creepy. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Number 1, number 2. What do we got? Come on, number 1, number 2. Number 1 or number 2? Let's do both of these. We got beauty standards and we have puberty blockers. Which one we want to do first? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Jesus. God, I think we're doing number. God, James Martino, we're going number 1. I'm giving you a boo. Number one. Look, I tell you that in my folder. I tell you in my folder that I see the preview, right? I see the preview thing. She's wearing clothes, but she's leaning forward in this first frame. And all you see is gunch. You just see gunch. This is not good. This is what I was referring to. Like, if you haven't eaten yet, you might want to just pause the show, eat, and watch the replay. Just saying. I appreciate you all being here.
As you can see, my nipples
There
have
we
been
go.
removed from my body. Where they are, I don't know.
Here we go. This is called...
What's in the box?
This is called beauty standards. There's a Tainty Man. Let's get a little Tainty Man first. Aww. Very nice. Hello, Tainty Man. Hello, Tainty Man. I love you. Daddy loves you. No? And, of course, we have the church. All right, back to business. Here we go. Beauty standards. Number one. Thanks, James. I'm sorry. You have no idea how sorry.
Hi, Lovebugs. I invite you to remember with me that fat bodies are continuously beautiful and historically beautiful. If you look at the Venus of Willendorf, you will see a lot of fat women and a lot of statues from that time and other times in history. Women, fat women specifically, were seen as the beauty standard because they were fat and for no other reasons except for that. And so when you're living in a Western world that prioritizes thinness and nothing else, it's hard to love the fat body you're in. And so you have to look at other beauty standards, see how they've changed over time to know that, one, beauty standards mean nothing. It is a societal thing where people think, hey, I have to be this beauty standard, but also it's a patriarchal control over ourselves. So if you're really struggling with loving yourself, I invite you to look at how history has changed the way we look at our bodies based off of different movements, etc. But also how
or
it
lack
can be
thereof.
control over our bodies. So don't let someone else control you. You are beautiful just the way you are. You are lovable and you're amazing. Bye, love.
And that's the way, I like it. Casey and the Sunshine Band.
And the last video we're going to do today. We're just going to move right along. And we're going to treat that like a speed bump. We got one more.
What's in the box?
We got one more. First off, we got a Tainty Man again. Oh, Tainty Man saving everyone. You're saving us, Tainty Man. You're so cute. You're saving us. All of you are saving us. You're saving the show. Look at that cuteness. Oh my goodness. Look how cute it is. Hi, Churchy. Look how cute it is. Oh, we're gonna make it up. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, the belly rubs. Oh, the belly rubs. She's so cute. So I know I'm doing a show, but I want to bury my face. I want to bury my face in your cuteness. You're such a sweet girl. All right. She loves the Bella Robbins. Oh, you're so cute. All right, a little pause, a little live stream pause. And then she closes off. She's like, all right, you're done? You're done? We're all done. We're all done. All right, so we got the church, the Tainty Man. Now she's awake. All right, we need that good break. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Swole Squad. Here we go. This one's called Puberty Blockers. We need
What's
to...
in the box?
We need to take a nice deep breath here. Here we go. Puberty blockers. Last one. Last one. Here we go, Bisha.
Hey, who wants to have a conversation about puberty blockers? Doesn't matter. I'm already going for it.
So, puberty blockers are just super active versions of the gonadotropin-releasing chemicals we already have in our bodies. Chemicals are also called GnRH. The way these chemicals work is they turn on a part of our pituitary gland, which in turn tells the body to start puberty. Now, when someone's given hormone blockers, basically what it does is it floods the pituitary gland with the chemicals that it's already producing, which in turn causes it to shut down and pause puberty temporarily. When hormone blockers are removed, puberty resumes. The effects are currently understood to be 100% reversible. Hormone blockers are not permanent. They are not 100% currently understood to be puberty resumes. The effects are removed, puberty resumes. Blockers are removed temporarily. When hormone blockers are removed, puberty resumes. The effects are currently understood to be 100% reversible.
This is not even close to the truth. Okay? It's not even close to temporary. It's absolutely not reversible. I don't know, I guess Wikipedia or something. This is not even close to true. Absolute fucking lie. It's not. It's fucking absolutely not reversible. I mean, if you do it for a day and then go off, like, all right, but no, it's not reversible. Where the fuck does it say that? I guess a lot of people are saying that. We've covered a lot of these woke doctors that are saying it's not reversible at all. At all. At all. Not even close. Not even close. Jesus Christ. All right.
Hormone blockers are not permanent. They are not chemical castration. They don't cause bone damage. I saw that somewhere.
That's exactly what happens if you cut off, like, for men and like estrogen goes through the roof. That's exactly what happens. Why do you think women are at the highest risk for osteoporosis? It absolutely does fucking idiots. Please stop talking. 7 more seconds. Please stop talking sooner, even though you won't.
And they're also not being forced on kids. They do.
Right. They're not being forced on any kids. No kids are taking puberty blockers. Guess who? Tell me. Who besides a child needs a puberty blocker? Anyone? Puberty blockers are not used on children. Well, a 12-year-old is a child. A 13-year-old is a child. You're an adolescent. You're a teenager. What? Because we call that 13? Oh, you're a teenager now. You're a fucking child. If you are taking a puberty blocker, it's because you are a child. You are a child. That's like literally what puberty is referring to. It's coming into adulthood. You are a child. I wish your mom was pro-choice.
Lower suicidal ideations and mental health problems in trans kids, though.
Okay, well, we know that. We know that suicidal ideation and depression is exceptionally high with transgender populations because oftentimes they're manipulated and they were lied to and they did things that are irreversible and they can't go back and their hormones are all out of whack. So their mental state is in a constant state of flux and stress and cortisol and all sorts of shit. So that's some pretty sick shit. Of course, it's on Libs of TikTok, so shocker. Anyway, round of applause for reality. We're back. They literally, it is chemical castration. That's what they use. So the male parts don't develop. It is chemical castration. Matt, Lupron is the exact drug they use to chemically castrate sex offenders. A 10-year-old doesn't need to take it, you fucking moron. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And young people should never be allowed to watch TikTok. It's destroying them. It's definitely not helping. There's so many, and these things get shoved under the rug. All the detransitioner stories, all the documentaries and the podcasts where you have detransitioners on them. If you don't know, or if you have anyone that's in your circle that thinks like this, you need to share with them content of detransitioners. It's very sad. It's extremely sad. Now, I'm totally fine. And you all know this. We've talked about this many times. I think everyone here is pretty fine. If you grow up and you're 18, 20, 25, and you're a grown-ass man or woman, and you want to go through some things, like you want plastic surgery for bigger tits, you know, some people might disagree with your choice, but if you want to be a painter, you want to be a carpenter, or you want to be an astrophysicist, it's pretty much your choice. And in a free society, when you can have elective surgeries, you can do things. Like, you can do things. You can have a choice, but that's because you're a fully formed adult and you are in a better, I'm not saying a better mental state, like, but you're at a point where you fully developed and you can actually make a conscious choice. You know, a lot of times people grow out of these phases. A lot of times people grow out of these phases. If you are a girl and you're like, you used to be a tomboy, and just because you're a tomboy doesn't mean you're a lesbian. You know, there's some women that promote or some female children that portray more masculine traits. It doesn't mean that they're gay, and it doesn't mean that they're a boy. And a lot of times they grow out of this and they have heterosexual relationships, or maybe they're lesbian. Okay, but they're still a female. Or you're a boy and you play with Barbies, or you like dress up. Okay, you could be a gay man, or you can grow out of it and you just want to do those things because other people are doing them, or you're curious. Kids get curious and they wonder about things. They don't understand. Again, I always come back to children believe in Santa Claus. I'm not going to explain the whole Santa Claus ridiculousness again, but think about it. You tell a child that Santa Claus exists, what, a fat man travels around the world pulled by fucking reindeer that flies to the goddamn sky, watches you 24/7, 365, squeezes through a chimney. No one, who the fuck is getting down a chimney? Unless you're super uber wealthy and you have a huge fucking chimney. And then comes in, eats your cookies and milk, leaves you presents, and then sneaks out. Like, that's some creepy fucking shit. And it's weird. Or a tooth fairy, someone, like a fucking fairy, comes in the window at night when you put a tooth under it and it's collecting teeth, like a bone collector, and leaves you money or something. Right? Kids believe all sorts of shit. Kids believe things that you tell them. You raise them with certain religious beliefs, they're going to believe that shit. You know, sometimes maybe they leave those beliefs, but you get it. You have an operating system that you can imprint on. All right? It depends on, you have a computer, you can load things up. And this is what people do. And they're loading up this insanity into children. So, you know, you could be a gay man or you could be a gay woman. Nothing wrong with that. Let's bring back like the L and the G. What happened to the L and the G? You know, got too many letters in those acronyms. You're missing out on the L and the G, right? Remember, look, 7 pillars, go back to the basics. Let's go to the basics. Get those foundational principles. People are forgetting the gays. They're forgetting just the standard gay men and gay women. Bring it back. Just go back to the basics. Go back to the fundamentals. Make sure you got that locked down. And then you could trying to tie this all into the 7 pillars. All right, fam. Common sense and logic will win out in the end, in theory. Tiffany says, I was a tomboy growing up. I definitely would have taken puberty blockers as a kid if I'd been told I could be a boy back then. Very much still straight and a woman today, LOL. I mean, but how scary is that? Think about that, Tiffany. I'm sure you probably have. Think about how when you're a child, the number one thing they want. When you're a child, you don't care if you're, right? When you're a child, do you care if your parents were wealthy? You don't care if your parents drove a Mercedes. When you're a kid, you don't know the difference. Like, you don't care. You want their attention. You want their love and attention. You don't care if they wear designer clothes or you have a really big TV. Like, kids don't care about that kind of shit. They want your love and attention. So if that's, and they want the acceptance from their teachers, from any kinds of authority, from any kind of parental figures. And if the parents are absent, then the state's going to take over with public schools and stuff. So they're going to respond in any manner that they receive love and attention. So if you reward this kind of behavior, like a dog, you reward that behavior, guess what they're going to do? More behavior like that. It's really disgusting. I mean, think Tiffany, that's how she was a tomboy. Okay. Masculine traits and sports and trucks and I don't know, being physically active. Fine. Oh, you're a boy. Oh yeah, I'm a boy. Yeah. I love doing this stuff. Okay. And then it would have been so much damage. And it's irreversible. You can't undo, like, what? You're going to take puberty blockers, and then when you're like 20, you're like, well, I'm going to have puberty now, and I'm going to go off of them. Who is really believing, honestly, that puberty blockers are irreversible? Who believes that? Where? How? You don't even need to do studies to prove it. It's common sense. Well, I'm 19 now. I've been on puberty blocker for 6 years. Let me just stop taking them and get my puberty on. What?
You went full retard, man.
All right, here we go. Let's get into today's Swole card. We got a little Tainty Man, of course. We got some Church at the Buzzer. And we got a Swole card. Hashtag execute more. Drop down the comments down below. Thanks for watching today, fam. Remember, you can check the show notes down below. Go to thedailyswole.com to listen to the podcast, to watch the replay. You can watch and listen on Spotify. Most people watch on YouTube. You can go to the Daily Swole channel on YouTube. But if you go to thedailyswole.com, you'll find all the links, all the apps. It's available everywhere. RSS feed. It's available on every podcast app. So you can listen and watch at your convenience. And if you are ready to join the fam, get access to all our programs, yoga, meditation, everything to crush your 7 pillars, elimination diet, thousands of recipes. Check us out, swolenormousx.com, and join the fam today. Let's get into it. Execute more, fam. Drop it in the comments down below. Who's ready to execute more? Falcon? A Falcon? Ah, yes. Thank you, Falcon. Who's executing more? Who's doing crystal meth? Jennifer W. Congratulations! Stone Fit. Great episode, fam. Sorry about the methylene blue talk. No, it's cool. It's cool. I just haven't heard of it. It's all right. You can do your crystal meth. It's all good. It's all good. I get it. We get it. We get it. It's fucking Rush, man. Jennifer W., congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 2503. In the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email, and we'll send you the Swole card, and we'll take some soundboard requests. We got some piano cut coming up in just a moment, so don't nobody go nowhere.
My name's Forrest Gump.
Don't nobody go nowhere.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
Finally, after 3 years? No fucking way. No way. No way.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up
No
here.
fucking way. Jennifer, what's your soundboard request? 3 fucking years?
How about I send you a hobo's dick?
We're going to hook you up. We're going to send you a hobo's dick cheese along with your Swole card. That's fantastic. Good for you. Good for you. Keep an eye out. Scratch and sniff. What do you think, fam? Should these cards be scratch and sniff now? Just before you put in the envelope, just rub it on my taint. Is that a pube? What the fuck is going on here? Just some Famunda cheese? All right, gross, but you know, we like gross. We like it. Everyone, Matthews, yes. All right, I don't know why you're...
Matt Damon.
Salty Sack. Team America. You got it. With pleasure. Cube cards. For this week only, we're just doing all cube cards.
Come on, man.
I'll rub it on my hairy legs, just like Grandpa.
I got hairy legs.
Boys have a penis, girls have a
Boys have a
vagina.
penis, girls have vagina.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point
We're getting
in
it,
your
lady.
rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Lady Hawk, I just want my Swolcahontas shirt. It's coming. It's coming. All new games. told you to keep my cookies.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Papa's taint smells like liver shits. You watch your fucking mouth. You watch your fucking mouth.
Is this a list of things I did to your mom last night?
Well, I'll be damned.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Just in time. Yeah, we got it again. We did it again. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Ho. How swole can you get? Oh, oh. It's time to make some gains. Time to. All right. Very nice. Have a great day, fam. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Lots of good stuff, good questions, good topics. Insanity as well, but of course, that's why you're all here. Let's get a little Tainty Man at the buzzer. Aww. Very nice. You're so cute. You're so damn cute, Tainty Man. You're so cute. You're just so cute. And the church, oh, she's got a wire on her head. Just 0 fucks, right, baby girl? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry, mama. All right. I hope you enjoyed liver shit smelling candle. Yeah, Papa's scent, swole scents, and we'll do like liver diarrhea scents. Great church. Rufus farts. I'd buy a candle that smells like leg day. Jesus Christ. Okay, fam, go execute more. Congratulations to Jennifer for winning today's Swole card. He-Man 69, this podcast is hilarious. Thank you. I appreciate it. We had a good time. Happy to have you here. Thank you everyone for being here. Hit the like button on your way out and share it with your friends. We'll be back here tomorrow, Wednesday, March the 15. It's going to be a big day. Why? Because it's another day to make some sick fucking gains. So we'll see you then. Peace, McGeese, Deuce, Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa. My shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element. No,